Hello people, I am Sky Demolisher and welcome back for another From the Collection Fridays, a series where I take things from my collection and show it to you, my viewers. And this week it is my Justice League 3.75 inch Dr. Fate. Now this Dr. Fate comes from the animated Justice League series and was released, I think about 15 years ago. So it is a fairly old figure, sort of back in the days where they were just kind of moving away from the 5 points of articulation thing and actually giving figures a bit more articulation and posability. So hopefully he'll keep standing while I give you a nice wee turn. Now the helmet is not removable or anything like that, so you don't get to see his face. There's very minimalistic like painting or detailing. Sorry, try to get that in focus. Doesn't want to focus, so we'll bring it up closer. I don't know how well it will show, but there is sort of patterning around the neck, which I'm pretty sure is linked to like the amulet that he wears. You could probably do a bit of like a black wash or something and you'll get that to pop out a bit more. Like I said, there's no removable helmet. There's no up or down on it. There's just the good old Exorcist 360 degree thing. But the eyes are fairly well detailed. Not that they'll really show on this, unfortunately. But articulation wise, he does actually have fairly well articulated arms. So they're like ball and swivel at the shoulder, limited of course by the cape at the back. The cape is not material, it's that sort of rubbery, I think it's like a rubber, maybe kind of like a plastic. It's very prone to picking up dirt and a bit of discoloration, so that's kind of unfortunate. And there is articulation at the elbow, but nothing in the actual hand itself. And both hands are in the fixed sort of punch, punch mode. There is a swivel waist, but no ab crunch, and just the basic sort of forward bend for the legs. There's no backwards on them because his butt actually protrudes out at the back. But there is, the up and down. There's no out for the legs. Like there's a little bit of give, but that's it. It's not actually articulated that way. And then of course there's the bend at the knee, and nothing in the feet. So these figures, I think, basically all used the same body mold. I don't know if he'll stand. Yeah, there we go. So you sort of need to angle them a little bit forward. I'm pretty sure all of these figures used a similar mold for their bodies, and basically they just changed things like the hands, the boots, heads, that sort of thing. I got him because Dr. Fate was one of my favourite characters in Justice League. He was one of the very few magic users that actually shows up in comic book series. A bit like Doctor Strange and was it Zatanna, and was her father's name Zatara? I think it was. And the only other magic user I can really think of is Mandrake the Magician. Of course, like there are characters like John Constantine, and I believe that there is a character called Hex that showed up in the Teen Titans, but I'm not entirely sure her powers are technically magic. And I think it's sort of the same thing with Raven. I don't know so much if her powers were a magic related thing or something else. But that's not really a thing for this time. I'll leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe. Maybe share it with your friends if you think it's something that they would like too. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.